I have an attorney, but they fucking have somebody that knows that they just can't fucking put somebody in because they think it's like fucking like a hate crime to put somebody in something because they don't like them. Is it the way to go about it? And then they have to explain to people telling you crazy shit. On top of that, like if you have like Philip said, it would be a courtroom. They can't just do that because you have somebody else to come and say what the fuck happened. So the person living here, they have somebody that comes and checks on you, and they want you to be on the medication which they prescribe, right? I'm not going to be put on medication up at something and then worried about me getting the right medication and how it's prescribed to you is not how you go about like having something, and then just putting a bunch of crazy shit on a person saying that they're a pedophile and they're just that when they're not doing anything like that, and they could be more crazy themselves to think they're like slick with it. They did crazy illegal shit too towards us. It had some soundboard feed saying it's like forgave you, and you end up living with somebody, and they end up calling you. Well, 7 seconds I had the telephone conversation with somebody that I kind of knew and kind of did know. But then they're on the buzz too with the fucking Fintra and Laszlo's weird. As we fucking had people coming in and they fucking just give you a 7 second roundabout of them trying to say that they're like above the law themselves because they want to like hurt, or they don't want to hurt you, but they go hurt people that you know. And sure enough, it occurred, and they went forth, and they didn't get the kind of like recognition that they normally would have if they'd been on the news saying they had gotten got by them. They got long sleeves on, but this poster's all old and shit's from B Comics back in the main street where CVS is in the hood. If I don't have brown hair, I don't have brown hair. So if they go forth and act like they're the person in the photograph from a long time ago, I never dyed my hair a different color. And the asshole with the brown beard psycho. I have somebody with the brown beard that tries to try to take my fucking identity, but they can't just do that because people will check on you and say that yeah, because he's not diabetic or whatever the fuck anymore, and it's reversible. But it's not that reversible if I lose weight and I'm thinner than the asshole told you. This fucking shit is a psycho. Acting like they're above the law themselves. If they can take it in somebody else's hands to try to take a photo device. And I never stole fucking anybody's anything. Like I had the receipt showing on there, but when you live stream, it only gives you like 30 days to a month, and then the live streams disappeared unless you keep the download of it and then repost it on Twitter and act like the person acts like they'll just block you. They might have called you for like 7 seconds and said all sorts of crazy shit and then hung up. And I called them back and then they used like star 60 died. But when I got the call in for they had got their number off the thingamabob, and they already burned down Subway, so the arsonists didn't think that they could go forth and leave for a minute. They'd be here for how many months they were here when they're off and they have jobs, and people will question everything. Like you go forth and as long as you put 3 years of going to high school and then going forth and having a job during high school years, for that they don't understand that the Ford Taurus that I used to have as a family vehicle took me to the fucking Coffin Foundation, Rock Hill Road by the plaza off there in between Turner District where that roundabout is, in the middle of the road. It's like a big old statue. It's in between that. They took me there. They took the time and effort to do this shit. All that shit's proven on there with all the fucking paperwork. I have all documentation of this shit still to this day. If you go to the fucking Samuel Rogers near there where the thingamabob is, I had been, and I should have stayed there because now they have wraparound services at Truman 2012, 2013. And they asked me, would you really go to all those appointments initially when I got in between getting insurance and that? And they asked me, would you go to those appointments? And I went to all those fucking appointments for these people were going to act like I wasn't on any medication, and I really was on the medication, but it might not be how it's prescribed because they ran out of refills at one point in fucking time. So you can't always get the pills on time, but at least you're taking something. You're on medicine that can get prescribed to you. Andrew did the same shit, and he didn't even go to his fucking appointment. He was just sitting there in an apartment somewhere, and he even questioned him. I know he didn't go to his fucking appointments, and he didn't even go anywhere. He was just trapped inside of an apartment for a billion years, and when I contacted him, he got his life together after whatever the fuck happened. At the point in time of going forth from having to keep on moving to different places. That says Ortega. I also go forth and go to those fucking restaurants, and they act like they're above people. They're just casually serving food. I'm not bugging them. I'm not gonna go to the fast food restaurant and say, hey, I need a place to stay and all this. And they just fucking come to the beach saying they walking past or didn't believe any of this shit. And it has my last name. And I had a recording of Daniel Garcia. I want to sue the Garcia family because the fucking guy makes it annoying how they have this one dude act like they're above, beyond screwed up in the head, like having a fucked up rap up these videos. And they had promised me initially before this asshole, and they're on drugs real bad, searching for drugs, and yet he's on there selling methamphetamines to wherever the fuck with money bags and shit. They're fucking psycho. They fucking have somebody go and get jailed up, and they were selling drugs out of their fucking locker or whatever the fuck back then off the Vista. That Chris Diaz guy was selling drugs real bad. He got locked up and they get caught up in something and they blame me for it. And they act psychopath with you once you find out all of what's about this, that, and the other. They start finding out information about you saying you're on disability. How come you don't have, it's fraud. And I went to, for 3 years of my fucking life, 3 years, as long as you worked 3 years, you didn't go to I'm not going to a strip club. I'm not throwing the money at strippers. It may seem different than not going into a bar, but then going forth into like Applebee's and draft catering bars that they serve food and drinks. And apparently they asked you if you ate out. They asked me there if you wanted to get married to somebody, you could have brought in somebody to get married. And they'll even give you more, buddy. And they said all that shit. I should have just filmed that at the Social Security mission. They had family members that are $1 million, like have $1 million estates and shit, and they go forth and act like I'm doing something towards them when they're doing shit towards me and being on intercom, like nurses page shit, acting creepy and fucking belittling you and shit. And you still looked into it, and Christopher Bernillo isn't fucking, he might have a long sleeve like me, but the fucker wasn't at the Noodles and Company with shit drawn, and Andrew took a photograph. And Andrew could sue him for just sitting there scared of all this shit. He had to call fucking taxi cabs at Sunfresh back then to go pick his ass up. And I go bother him thinking that he would help me out. It was more of a hassle to get involved with somebody that didn't care about anybody but himself. They only care about themselves. Once you help out, they don't help you out. They go forth and go leave you. They go up to another state because they don't want to be put up with the idea that people getting accused of doing the same shit that they're trying to accuse. I have a pair of scissors that are sharp that can fucking threaten people because they fucking put you out on Front Street with everything you have. But the fucking Bernie Vasco's the same way. They were saying the phone device shit wasn't stolen from anybody if I put the cover page as your fucking first and last name. If you fucking registered a device initially having the fucking email address got discontinued but isn't discontinued but have a recovery. Fucking shit doesn't their fucking name and address, and that's just fucking psycho. I have nothing to them either. If I could sue them, if I could, they did Mary Galvin wrong. She had worked at Macy's for 9 to 5 for 1 million years, and she wanted to sue whoever the fuck that was worse than all of them being able to say that you can give you money, and then she ended up going for surgery and not waking up from it. It's fucking the worst headache of the world. For me to explain. But when I go to surgeries, I wake up getting tortured by the staff members of the surgeries. I had a gallbladder surgery in 2018, and they were laughing hysterically at this guy before I had surgery, thinking I would get, like, that would be it. Like, I wouldn't wake up from it, and then I woke up from it, like, fuck, I had another fucking surgery. Then I had eye surgery. Like, an eye surgery, they fucking don't have any surgeries, they fucking don't have brown hair, and it wasn't fraud. If they weren't there at Rock Hill Road, that's why I keep the fucking diplomas on me. So you can't replace that shit. And then they probably liable to make it seem like you weren't like actual serial killer, but other shit that you're fucking like harassing. Yeah, they harassed me too when I'm going out and eat at a fucking restaurant. I can't even go to Chili's. They made it seem like they were gonna sign Tim Burton. They were laughing at Phil Rivera Phil Rivera for fucking being on intercom. He could have gotten arrested at Phil Rivera and Tim Burton. They're fucking psycho, isn't their fucking device. I don't look nothing like any of them. And the time and effort I put 12 hours, if they don't put 12 hours up in this device, getting a high score, or they ain't fucking the person acting cute and jealous, or jealousy will bring them to bring you down to where they're fucking kind of like lowest demeanor. Lowest demeanor will bring you down to being like pissed off at them, but you're not gonna like fucking kill them, but you just want to sue them or put them in jail. So they're liable to do that to more people. They're liable to fuck over more people with them even not even needing the fucking device. If they had the PIN code, the password, they don't even need the damn device if they had to note how much money you had on the PlayStation Network, not even being logged in. I even be showing the fucking, I had like $4 left after I spent $17 and got a PlayStation monthly account or the PlayStation Plus. And they're gonna discontinue this PlayStation shit in 2026. I'm not gonna upgrade because it pissed me out like having to upgrade to another fucking thing and then having to put in creepy people telling you fucking, I have these pair of scissors to give them sex changes. These scissors are for me to give them a sex change because I feel that that's the easiest way to not involve people telling you fucked up shit. That's the only way you're gonna go about it is by giving them a sex change. And fuck one, I should have stabbed one Jasquez initially back in 2017 or 18. They would have played all that shit back in the courtroom. They would have gotten fucking prison sentences. That'd fucking tell me the craziest shit ever. And they come by saying whatever the fuck you have. And they act like you don't have anything initially when you were living there. And I put fuck Samantha Patterson down and fuck them on Cambridge and 41 Bell. They're fucking psycho. They have this fat kid living there with an orange shirt saying they walked past there with ADT saying they're all dead with ADT on. They had some fat fucking kid that lived with them or wherever the fuck that realized it was fucking psycho. It's fucking weird. I should have stabbed the motherfucker guy that walked past her saying they didn't like it fucking being harassed and shit when they're on some soundboard shit saying their first and last names like dumbasses. They could be on a soundboard shit saying Samantha Patterson, Nisha Hijack, Stephanie Hijack, that creepy Cervantes bitch doesn't work at Kitty Medical Center, and fuck that creepy bitch that with that Juan De Jesus guy that has 1 million fucking partners. They got 1 million baby daddies, and they all get arrested. That 1 million baby daddy went to Texas with this bitch, and then go open the door for her the second time around. They go fuck themselves. They almost stab them if they come around thinking they're bigger than people. They're fucking psycho. My parents worked for a living. I worked for 3 years as a grant writer in high school. They didn't like me doing that shit for the Royals, and they go fucking kiss my ass. That's why they wouldn't put me up in anything, because they said you really was a grant writer for the American Royals. And they wouldn't throw me in jail because they fucking said they won't harass you if you don't harass them. Or whatever the fuck, but they still harass me. They still harass them, they still harass me and shit. They could be at Kitty Medical Center saying they got me, and then Sam worked it. Why the fuck did they hire? Why could they fucking have a paralegal team come up here, and I had a legal aid with the blue fucking business suit at the municipal court in 2016. That was a long ass time ago. That was a fucking mental ward for like 5 years ago. Going on 6 years or 7 years, and I haven't been in one since. And the only reason why I overdosed because they said they got me later on in life, and they surely try to do saying the first and last names like dumbasses. If you had an ADT account with this shit filmed under the light bulbs, under the light fixtures, under some weird Glade plug-in shit that was in the corner of the wall, and they still did that shit. I should have stabbed one Jasquez. If I had a silver knife, I should have fucking stabbed them in that. And they would have played that shit back at the courtroom, and they would have put them all to jail, and I could have sued them. I was like a self-defense of that shit. It wasn't their phone device. About my pedophile, this carpet never been cleaned. We had a Bissell vacuum, sure, but the carpet's from like the 90s and shit, never been cleaned. And I'm cleaner than those psychos that tell me some shit on Cambridge, having an infection with the bacteria infection, almost died. And she's more disgusting and eats the same creepy fast food fucking shit. And those fast food workers saying, oh, this, that, and the other, we didn't believe any of this shit. Daniel Garcia gets everything. They can't do that shit. Fuck Daniel Garcia. Fuck the Garcia family. I don't want nothing to do with those psychos who are on meth real bad. Thinking they were fucking, it was a gang initiation gone wrong or something. They don't probably know who actually did it. They go blame me because I didn't like any of those stupid sons of bitches. And she's playing beer pong and shit. I was at Evan's dad's house in 2010 with a red Hooper Snake shirt and some blue fucking hoodie. And the hoodie wasn't there. I want to see the fucking footage. One day, Seuss's bitch ass saying, oh, he had a hoodie on. And the time of the fucking frame, they framed me for they didn't have hoodies on. They probably were butt-ass naked fucking raping him for the morning. And Coca-Cola bottle said, oh, he has somebody. I don't want to beat anybody. They're just after money and whatever the fuck you have in your possession. And it all says my fucking last name, Ortega. They could be creepy as fucking with your information saying you're retarded because you post all that shit on there. But it still doesn't change the fact that it says your fucking last name on it. It'll say your fucking last name on it. And I don't have a brown beard. And fuck One Day Jesus for fucking being created. They had fucking him being chased by cop cars and he had posted it all on Facebook like a dumbass. And they tried to impose me with some stupid shit. That wasn't there for the board. I had a red Hooper Snake shirt on with the tortilla factory for 3 years. And a sauna at a fucking tortilla factory making tortillas for those bitch asses. And some N-word thinks they're slicker than everybody, saying they didn't have no job. God is my witness. But they're over there selling their butt cracks out and shit. And it wasn't us doing that shit. They have like a website for like people that can't get laid and they fucking have money they have to give these stupid bitches and they have their ass cracks hanging out. I fucking got framed and I put my ass out there by flashing my ass with a digital camera. Acting like that shit because it's just fucking stupid. They fucking pose butt ass naked and fucking show their butt crack out. And they're selling their ass crack out for whatever the fuck thinking they're CEOs of some fucking stripper company or some creepy shit or dildo that they're on and shit. They're just fucking psycho. They can sell their butt crack out, but I can't be on the internet because I'm showing the proof of this shit. It was before those fuckers had an account on any of those fucking things to even behave the type of shit they're telling you some fucked up shit anyway. There's people on the internet that brag about, oh, they have $1 million and they're rap artists. But the rapper doesn't know how to fucking do anything. Just buying college people to make fun of people that actually are smarter than they are. If it took 12 hours to get a high score on an email address that I just made up on the time and date of not even having it that long, and then having a recovery account because I had logged out of all of this shit. Because they're trying to imposter me, or imposter the person that's posting all this on Facebook. And fucking One Day Seuss's bitch ass, I doubt they had hoodies on and murdered dude in summertime. They fucking had blood on the hoodie. It didn't have blood on it. It just was psycho. They could say that Mr. Ammons would marry Daniel Garcia all for the fucking nigger. That made no sense. To even blame me for Mac Dre's bitch ass dying. Well, I didn't even know who the fuck Mac Dre was initially would have been at. I wouldn't know where the fuck a guy would have. I don't even know if that was the case. I would have fucking murdered Yates. I would have straight up murdered Yates and stabbed him. If I was some weird serial killer shit, I would have murdered those people claiming all. If I was some serial, they said their first and last names like dumbasses, and I was at Shell gas station. Let's make it an informant, as he's one of us. They initially said that via the police, and then some asshole near there said let's all round up the people and throat fuck whoever the fuck was on the soundboard shit. And I'd be crying forever. They said that shit, so I don't know how the fuck they keep their insanity or their imposers and having them say that they didn't do that to me, but yet other people heard that shit. It was a long time ago. That Shell gas station isn't there anymore. And they send people to do some shit. End up fucking not murdering you, but they end up being weirded out by it and having them blackmail you because they think you're fucking like creepy and fuck to be able. They do crazy illegal shit. They grab people's asses at nightclubs and they look worse.
I've been a fan of